Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Hasmukh Goswami College of Engineering. Myself, Professor Tanmay Kumar Pandit, and today in this lecture we are going to study about the major two types of extrinsic semiconductors. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the major two types of semiconductor, that was intrinsic and extrinsic. If we recall, the intrinsic semiconductors are, we can consider as a pure semiconductors. That means no impurities have been doped inside the semiconductor, and hence intrinsic semiconductors are also known as the pure semiconductors. And if we are adding the impurities in order to increase the conductivity of these semiconductors for some scientific and industrial application purposes, so such type of semiconductors are known as extrinsic semiconductors. The major two types, or we can say the classification of extrinsic semiconductors, is based on the type of impurities have been imported inside the extrinsic semiconductors. So these classifications is in two types. One is the N type, we can also consider it as a negative type, and the another one is the P type, that is the positive type. So we will consider first of all the N type semiconductors, and when a semiconductor is doped with a group 5 impurities, it is called N type semiconductors. These group 5 impurities which we are doping inside the semiconductor, that means these group 5 dopants are the atoms with an extra electron. In other words, we can say a valence cell with only one electron. So by adding these pentavalent impurities such as arsenic, antimony or phosphorus, which contributes free electrons, greatly increasing the conductivity of the intrinsic semiconductors. So we have to remember one thing, that we will have one excess electron in such type of semiconductors. In an N-type semiconductor, the majority charge carrier, that means the higher amount of charge carrier which will be present is the electron, and the minority charge carrier is the hole. So the less number of holes will be in the N-type semiconductor, and the higher amount of electrons will be in this type of semiconductors. Moreover, when donor impurities are added in an intrinsic semiconductor which allow the energy levels, so such kind of allowable energy are introduced at a very small gap, as can be depicted from the figure. The Eg is the energy gap between your valence band and conduction band, as you can see from this figure, and the Fermi level, that is the EF, Fermi energy level, is quite near that of conduction band. So we will see the slight raising of this Fermi level by doping the group 5 impurities. So we can consider this as an energy band diagram for N-type semiconductors. And here we have to remember the position of the Fermi energy is just below the conduction band. So this is quite interesting for N-type electrons, and hence we can consider the higher increase in the conductivity value of such kind of semiconductors due to excess amount of electrons in this particular materials. These new allowable energy levels are essentially a discrete level. These are the different levels in view of the valence and conduction band energy levels, because the added impurity atoms are far apart in the crystal structure, and hence their interaction is small. This is quite interesting. The interaction of an excess electron with the original electrons and holes of the N-type semiconductor will be quite small. In the case of silicon, this is the pure semiconductor, the gap of the new discrete allowable energy level is only 0.05 electron volt, whereas the same is 0.01 electron volt for germanium, and the position is just below the conduction band. Here in this pictorial representation, we can see the N type of semiconductors where the silicon and antimony has been added as impurity, where the donor, that is of antimony, contributes to the excess electron as well as some free electrons. Now we will switch on to the another type of extrinsic semiconductor, that is p-type semiconductor. Also we can consider it as a positive type semiconductor. When a semiconductor is doped with a group 3 impurity, so this is the trivalent impurity. We have seen in the earlier case of n-type semiconductor, it has pentavalent impurity. So distinguished to it, we have now group 3 impurity, and such type of semiconductors are called p-type semiconductors. These group 3 dopants are the atoms with an excess hole in their valence shell. That means we can consider this hole as a missing electron. The addition of these trivalent impurities such as boron, aluminium or gallium to an intrinsic semiconductor creates deficiencies of valence electrons, which are also known as holes. Here in this pictorial representation we can see the energy level diagram of p-type semiconductors, where here the position of Fermi level is also transformed from the center level to the top level of the valence band. In the earlier case of n-type semiconductors, we have seen the position of Fermi level was quite near to the conduction band, and just opposite to that we can now see here the Fermi level is shifted towards the valence band side, and hence in a p-type semiconductor the majority charge carrier will be the holes and the minority charge carrier will be electrons. So by considering these facts, we can easily conclude that the conductivity value of n-type semiconductor will be much higher than that of this p-type semiconductor, because there are excess number of electrons in the n-type semiconductors in comparison to that of the p-type semiconductors. When acceptor impurities, which are also considered as p-type impurities, are added to the intrinsic semiconductor, or we can say pure semiconductor, it again produces allowable discrete energy levels which is just above the valence band, as we can see from the energy band diagram of p-type semiconductors. Since a very small amount of energy, that is of 0.08 electron volt for silicon and 0.01 electron volt for germanium is required for an electron to leave the valence band, so the less amount of energy is required for the transmission of holes from valence band to the Fermi energy level, and occupy the acceptor energy levels, holes are created in the valence band by these electrons. So with this, the basic definition of p-type, n-type semiconductors, as well as their energy band diagrams, their examples, which kind of impurities are presented in these semiconductors, that we have gone through in this video lecture. So if you have liked this video lecture, please do subscribe to our official YouTube channel and also share it, the Hasmukh Goswami College of Engineering YouTube channel. Once again, thank you.